These people were sitting outside of the showers just like making noise for no reason because they're stupid. Drive away. Bye-bye. Or come back. Like, do you have something that you want to say? Hi. No, I just like, you guys were literally making me wonder if I was schizophrenic in there.
Oh my god, no, that was my brother making like singing voices. Like, what's it called? Cathedral?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I get that, but I heard like when I first turned my stuff on, someone was saying like, they need to shut that off or whatever, and then I kind of ignored it, and then like, yeah, because I had like relaxing, like soothing music just because I was trying to take a shower.
Oh.
Yeah, and then, oh, I mean, if you guys weren't messing with me, that's cool. I just really was like, it really seems like y'all are fucking with me, and now that I came out of the shower, y'all are done.
Oh my, no, that wasn't
us.
We were in the family bathroom.
No, that cathedral singing is what I'm talking about, yeah. Because, like, it was just really weird, and so that's all, but I'm good. If you guys are good, like, we can both be on our way now. Yeah. I'm about to leave the park, and I'm ready to leave, so.
Who said to turn that shit off?
I don't know, because I was in there, and I wasn't able to see outside through the door or something, but when I come out and then you guys randomly get in your car, and, I mean, you guys are obviously paying attention enough to notice that I was recording to turn back around and ask me what's up, so.
Yeah, when someone's pointing a camera.
Yeah, but like you could have also just drove away. Like you also could still drive away. I'm not really doing anything. I feel like I'm being messed with, so that's why I'm recording right now. I would like to get in my vehicle and leave.
Oh no, I'm just telling you that
so,
wasn't us that said that.
I'm sure it wasn't. Hello. You're gonna hear the vehicle running just because I don't want to shut it off and everything. I just want to do this part. So what just happened and what you're going to watch is I went on a 4-mile hike at Lake Wissota today, and I carried a backpack and stuff, so I got all sweaty. I meant to go further, to be honest. I actually disappointed I didn't go further than 4 miles, but I did 4 miles, decent. And then I tried to go swimming, but because it has been so hot lately, the water was really gross and full of bugs. So I only got to go into my ankles, and I changed my mind. I brought soap and stuff because they have a decent shower, and you have to pay for a pass to get in the park in general, so I don't feel bad using the park shower and bathrooms and stuff. There's nothing saying that like visitors, daily visitors just using the beach and whatever are not able to use the showers. There is actually like nothing posted saying that. So I know some people might like find it odd or have an issue with it because I think it should only be for campers, but I am a little elevated, like my heart and everything. Like I am taking a breath. These people are turning. So I should be good. Yeah, they turn. Sorry. I'm like off on a side road because I just really want to say this. So, like I said, I went and I did the 4 miles. I tried to go swimming. It was too dirty. I was really sweaty and disgusting. I spent like 3.5 hours at Lake Wissota today. I go to the bathroom and, you know, I get into the shower because there's like individual showers. Like you open the door and you have like a little walkway with a bench for your stuff and everything, and then a wall, and on the other side of the wall is a shower, and you get that all to yourself, and they have like 15 of them. Maybe less, but it's like they have at least 10. I think there's probably like 15, maybe even more. Several of them were vacant, and so I decided, sorry, I haven't really had a drink of water for a little bit, so my spit was forming, but, so I start showering, and I like to listen to, like, relaxing, like, just, like, delta wave music. I don't know, it's like the, and it just, or like, like, but it's like an instrumental type of tone. I don't know how to describe it, but I had like that type of thing going because I just like that while I'm showering, and I was just sort of like trying to have a nice time. And then I heard someone outside start like talking about it. And so I changed it from like very obvious like music to like I changed it to just sort of like water flow so it could sort of blend in with the shower. But that way I still had like my background noise, because I literally just like background noise. And this lady outside is like saying they need to shut that shit off, blah, blah, blah. And then like there's snickering and laughing from a male and a female. And then about 2 minutes later, I hear like really bad, like all through the bathroom. And then like laughing and whatever else. So I was like, okay, like someone has a problem with my music. I turned my music off and then I tried to just ignore it. And then once I came out of the shower, this stupid person and then her other people, I almost like use language that I'd prefer not to use because that's not who I am. But, they all like she says something about, see, I can do that to like every single one of the stalls or whatever. And then they get in their car, and so I start recording because I was like, I wish I would have like recorded as I was coming out of the bathroom, just because like, but they noticed because they were paying attention to me, and they turned back around, and then after they spent like 15 minutes fucking with me while I was taking a shower, this is the interaction that followed. And like I say in the video, like I just wanted to get out of there, but at the same time, like I was like, and then I wasn't sure if they were actually messing with me or not, but then once they turned around and this interaction happened, like I know for a fact that they were. And it's fine, like you can do that to people, but then don't act all surprised Pikachu face when you get called out. Because that's exactly what happened. I called this girl out. She didn't even need to, like I say. She could have just kept driving. Like, what does me recording have, like, that doesn't have any power. What am I going to do with that? But she decided to turn back around because she wanted to try and make me doubt myself. I don't know if she was worried that I was going to go to, like, I don't know if they're a warden or if what they are, a ranger. I don't know if she was scared I was going to go to the ranger that stays there and like report her and their party. I was literally just doing it for this, but honestly, maybe I could have gotten them in trouble because like they were harassing and causing a scene. But so like I really don't even know why she turned around, unless she was just worried that I was going to like go to the park ranger and report it. But she turned around and she came back up and she tried to deny. She tried to play dumb and she tried to be like, my brother was just doing cathedral singing. Like, you know, her brother. As if I didn't hear the things that you were saying as you got into your vehicle about like how you can do that, and all of the stalls will. I think that's why that's why the number 15 is what I said, is because that's what she said, is that she can do that to all 15 stalls. So I don't know if she counted or what. I don't know if she spends like a lot of time there and so she's got it all figured out. That's really pathetic. It like actually, like, I've never felt more gay when I say something, but that is like really pathetic. And here is the interaction. These people were sitting outside of the showers just like making noise for no reason because they're stupid. Drive away. Bye-bye. Or come back. Like, do you have something that you want to say? Hi. No, I just, like, you guys were literally making me wonder if I was schizophrenic in there.
Oh my god, no, that was my brother making, like, singing voices. Like, what's it called? Cathedral?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I get that, but I heard, like, when I first turned my stuff on, someone was saying, like, they need to shut that off or whatever, and then I kind of ignored it, and then, like, yeah, because I had, like, relaxing, like, soothing music just because I was trying to take a shower.
Oh.
Yeah, and then...
Say
Oh, I mean, if you guys weren't messing with me, that's cool. I just really was like, it really seems like y'all are fucking with me, and now that I came out of the shower, y'all are done.
Oh my, no, that wasn't
us.
We were in the family bathroom.
No, that cathedral singing is what I'm talking about, yeah. Because, like, it was just really weird, and so that's all, but I'm good. If you guys are good, like, we can both be on our way now. Yeah. I'm about to leave the park, and I'm ready to leave, so.
Who said to turn that shit off?
I don't know, because I was in there, and I wasn't able to see outside through the door or something, but when I come out, and then you guys randomly get in your car, and, I mean, you guys are obviously paying attention enough to notice that I was recording to turn back around and ask me what's up, so.
Yeah, when someone's pointing a camera.
Yeah, but like you could have also just drove away. Like you also could still drive away. I'm not really doing anything. I feel like I'm being messed with, so that's why I'm recording right now. I would like to get in my vehicle and leave.
Oh no, I'm just telling you that
so,
wasn't us that said that.
I'm sure it wasn't. So I rewatched it before I started driving. And I caught something, which I was going to try and wait to get home and do it, but it's just like in my head, and so I just want to say this. It was definitely them, like, and they were definitely fucking with me. Because when I almost said, like, when I was talking to them, I almost said, they need to shut that shit off, like when I was repeating what I heard back to them. But I said, and I made sure like twice when I played it back, I said to them, someone was like, they need to shut that stuff off. And then later on, 1 minute later in our interaction after she drove back around to me, and she's like this, and she's like, I wonder who said to shut that shit off. And she was trying to be like that. I never said that part. Like, I said, I like PG-13'd it. Or, I like PG'd it down. Because I was just sort of like, I was super anxious. That made me feel super anxious. And so I was trying to, like, remain calm. And that's part of how I remain calm, is by, like, trying not to use expletives and stuff. But she told on herself, because she was like, who said turn that shit off? That's not what I said that I heard. I said I heard someone said they need to turn that stuff off, and then you said what I actually heard because you're the one that said it. It was her voice, and it's not that big of a deal. But the thing about it is, when, like, for someone like me with the anxiety that I have, the reason why it is a big deal is because, like, I don't know how much further you're going to go to harass me. And so I don't know, like, if what happened is going to happen, where you guys are just sort of, like, messing with me, but only up to a point, and then, like, you're done. Or if, like, when I came out of the shower, I didn't know if you guys were going to actually, like, do something physical. Like, I was genuinely sort of afraid to come out of the shower, and that is why I did record them driving away and stuff, because, like, I was actually in fear, but that fear was manifesting so that they were able to try and make it seem like I was just angry and I was just crazy, but I wasn't crazy. They were fucking with me, and then I really think they must have thought that I was recording them so I could show the park ranger or something, because I don't know why else she would turn around and try and justify it. Or try and, like, convince me that what was happening wasn't happening. But I am not born yesterday. I'm not stupid. And so it's also not a coincidence that you guys were getting into your car right when I get out, and all of a sudden you guys are done with the cathedral singing. That's like that. I didn't even say that because there is no point in trying to actually have a conversation. I was not expecting them to turn around like that. But, like, if y'all were just doing that, then why did it stop the second that I was done with my shower? And why did you guys pile in your vehicle and, like, all of a sudden make your getaway? Because you knew what you were fucking doing. And at this point, like, I'm not even really mad. Like, I'm just more like, you are stupid. And I don't understand why people like you think it's fun to mess with people like me. Sorry. I actually was kind of like, I really think I look kind of nice in this lighting. Mostly just my eyes. But I just wanted to talk a little bit more. There was a car that pulled up on me, and so it was sort of funny because, like, it pulled up on me right at the climax of what I was saying, but I wasn't quite done with, like, everything I wanted to say. It really was not that big of a deal. And as an individual, I have to work on being able to, like, move on from things like that. Because I don't mean to, but I make myself an easy target because I am reactionary. I was like going pretty good and then kind of like lost my footing on what I was saying, but I need to not be reactive. Why was that like not in my vocabulary for a second? Reactionary versus reactive. I mean, I at least came up with something. And see, I'm doing better now. The drive home was a half hour, but that really had me elevated to where I was just so anxious, and it took up until like probably the last 10 minutes of driving back home for me to finally start to calm down. And it's not like my choice. It is just that my nerves, once they sense that, like to my body, to my nerves, like even though I know it's just people being stupid and that sort of thing, it is still like a sense of danger. Like my body still feels like it's danger. And no matter how much I'm aware of a situation, that type of harassment still can get to me. But I think that obviously that's what it's meant to do. And that girl really just did not like that I caught on and that I like knew what was happening and then I called it out. And her trying to deflect onto like my behavior, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. She tried to deflect by pointing out my socially unacceptable behavior, which was whipping out my phone and pointing my camera at them. But the thing about it is they started it. And like I said, I was only recording because I felt like I was being fucked with. And so like, I know it's socially unacceptable to just go around and like pointing your camera at people, even if you're out in public. Even though people in America say like, you know, if it's a public space, you have no right to privacy. Like, I don't do that to people unless they do what these people did to me tonight. And that's sort of where it's like, if you're going to break social bounds, then I am not going to feel bad about recording you to like, one, protect myself, but two, like, it literally was sort of a test. Like, if they weren't fucking with me and stuff, like, they would not have turned around. They would not have noticed that I was doing that. And also her trying to be like, oh, we were just like messing around. Like, we weren't doing that to you. Yeah, you were, because why did you get in your car and drive away the second that I was done? Also, they were parked right next to me, which I didn't get that on video, but like they had parked right next to me. So when they got in their car next to my car. And the thing about that is when I was coming into the park, I'm pretty sure it was them. There is a vehicle when I was entering the park that was at the entrance, and there's a spot where if you already have a pass, you have to stop, but then you can go, and then there's the part where you actually buy your pass. They were stopped in the lane where you were buying your pass, and I came up to the other lane and I stopped, and then I waited a second, and then as soon as I was there, they started like inching forward, so I let them go. I was like, whatever, like coincidence, I guess, you know? But then as soon as they get in front of me and I start going, they slow down and they go like 5 miles an hour, which the speed limit is 15. So it is a low speed limit, but it's not 5 miles walking pace an hour. So I kind of cut around them because I was like, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know why. There was no reason. There was like no one else in the parking lot. There was no reason for them to be driving like that other than like I was behind them, and I don't know what was going on in their minds that bothered them, but it did. So I cut around them, and then as soon as I cut around them and I drove like faster, they sped up and they followed me. So then like I lost them over by the campground, because the campground is like halfway from the entrance to the beach. And as I turned into the campground area, I saw the girl with her sunglasses literally like this as she drove past. And I didn't really put that together until I was driving home, but I am pretty sure that that was them. And I was there for about 4 hours. But the thing about it is, like, I left the beach, and I remember her and then the dude that was in the passenger seat, they were, like, just in the parking lot. Like, when I left for my hike, they were just in the parking lot fucking around, but they weren't, like, by the beach. And then when I came back 2.5 hours later, they were still there. I tried to go swimming, and I realized the water was dirty. And then I just packed my stuff up, and then I got in the car, and then I went to the showers. Well, all of a sudden, they weren't over there because, like I said, they had parked next to me. There was no one next to me when I got over there. So they left around the same time that I left, right after me at the beach, followed me over to the showers, and then started doing the cathedral singing right as I start my shower and stuff. And then right when I get out of the shower and I'm leaving, they're done and they're leaving. No, so apparently I really pissed them off today, and they like wasted their entire day figuring out how they could harass me. And it's kind of funny. I mean, I probably will never ever see them again. But like, you know, sometimes you're like, damn, this is crazy. Like, it must be in my head, but then you have to remind yourself that other people are also crazy. So like, as much as you might be like imagining something, it might also just be that some other person is actually just kind of psycho or something. And, yeah, like, you just can't always give people the benefit of the doubt that they're good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That was my really weird interaction at Lake Wissota today. I'm going to do a separate video of like my actual hike, but I just feel like this is worth a video of its own. I know that most of it's going to be me talking about it, but I think talking about experiences like this can be good. So, do I feel like I won? I do feel like I won. Because as I got in my vehicle, when she was like, well, I just wanted to come and let you know that that wasn't us that said that. And I was like, I'm sure it wasn't. And I was getting in my car. She was like, literally, that made her mad because I started walking away and I stopped talking to her. And I wasn't willing to like validate what she was trying to tell me. I wasn't willing to like, you know, accept that. So me doing that really pissed her off because like she was trying to be all like calm and like polite while throwing things in my face. Because I think her being like, well, who said, shut that shit off? I think that was kind of her, like, fucking with me even more. But I'm smart enough that I picked up on that, like, really quickly. And, I could tell that the best course of action was for me to just leave. Like, at that point, like, my suspicions were confirmed, which is kind of, like, I really was, like, am I crazy? And no, I'm not crazy. People are just shitty. But as I got in my vehicle and I said, I'm sure it wasn't, she literally started going, what the fuck? What the, like, and I got in my car and I and I left. And like, I don't know how long she was all upset that like I wasn't willing to like hear what she had to say because she was full of shit. But I will say that that was satisfying. And honestly, like, usually I really struggle with that, and I was just very aware today. And I just like, I don't have the energy for it, but like usually I would have like fought. I would have like argued, and I would have been like, "Oh, really? So that's why you guys left right when I would have like kept going, but like I didn't need to. Like I didn't need to. Like I said, the fact that they turned around and were paying attention enough to me that much, like I didn't need to argue with them. The situation just spoke for itself. But I have to move on. I'm going to just splice these videos together and then upload it. And I can't believe I just turned a 2-minute, well, it was more like a 20-minute interaction because of the shower and everything. I had to deal with it that whole time. And then honestly, like I said, it extended like further from like when I first got to the park. Apparently we had an issue from me entering because I don't know. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't know what crazy pill this person was on, but she was on something. She's really weird. And like, I can't believe I just like spent that long talking about it and stuff, but at the same time, like I was breaking it down for myself as much as I was breaking it down for like you guys. And I'm a little anxious for some reason, even though like I really should never see that person again. Like, I don't know their name. Like, I did not recognize them. Whatever, but like, but I don't know. I feel like I didn't really do anything wrong. Like, I could have just like not recorded and whatever, but like they also could have just not messed with me in the first place. So that's the video though. And I gotta pick up TJ soon. I'm excited to go get him.